As we continue our week-long tribute to Alfred Hitchcock, our 8th annual Film Preservation Festival, by the way, we salute a rarity, a great director whose work, almost all of it, still does exist. You can't say that about many of Alfred Hitchcock's contemporaries, because nearly half of all the films that were made prior to 1950 have been lost forever. Now, the movie we're about to see, like Rope, has the look of a stage play, with most of the action taking place in one room. But unlike Rope, it was filmed in 3D, perfect for Alfred Hitchcock. When Grace Kelly reaches through the screen for those scissors, you have the feeling that you're right there. Now, if Hitchcock had made more films in 3D, the process might still well be around. Back in the 1950s, when television was becoming a tangible threat to the movie business, Hollywood began to look for some new way to get people back into the movie theaters. Now, at home, they were watching all this stuff on television, which has a screen like this, or like that. Okay? And now they thought if they could just widen it, people couldn't see that on television. They hadn't thought of letterboxing back in those days. So, all of a sudden, we were inundated with films like Cinerama, which was very impractical because it took a lot of cameras to do that one. And CinemaScope came in, and Panavision. And they were all good, but there was one even better idea. Not a really new idea, actually. It had been around since Grandma's time. And that was 3D. Remember the House of Wax with Vincent Price and that guy with the paddle ball that was coming right off the screen? Well, if a ball looks great coming off the screen, what about a knife or that pair of scissors we were talking about? With Alfred Hitchcock in the director's chair, he didn't even need 3D. The fact is, by the time this film was released, the 3D craze was just about over. I think it had to do with those terrible cardboard glasses that they used to make us wear. In fact, when I used to go to 3D movies, I used to like to look around and watch maybe 800 people behind me, all with those silly-looking glasses on, getting dizzy in the process. Now, it was a remarkable sight, all of that. In any case, that's not the instance in this movie because we will be seeing it, of course, in 2D. So you don't have to worry about the glasses. Still, Alfred Hitchcock managed to get things to pop out pretty well. Maybe even you from your chair. So fasten your seatbelts. Grace Kelly is in for a really bumpy night. Here she is with Ray Milland and Robert Cummings in Dial M for Murder. Alfred Hitchcock filmed Dial M for Murder very quickly. It only took 36 days. He wasn't really very enthusiastic about it either, and he only took on the project after he had to abandon another movie, which goes to show why they call him the master of suspense. His Throwaway, it turned out to be one of the great suspense films of all time.